After 2 years of work, George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell finally released the footage of a UFO filmed by military personnel at Twentynine Palms, California on April 20th, 2021. It showed 5 lights that started out in a nice triangle formation. They said they were not flares, but a lot of people thought they looked like flares, and flares can actually hang around for several minutes. They said about 10, but the actual duration is unknown. These are not super bright, so possibly infrared illumination flares, unlike the regular illumination flares that were launched later. The shimmering of the lights indicates they are far away, so the slow descent of flares would be less noticeable. There were some claims that this low-light image showed a triangular craft, but that's really just the color bleed, which you can see around other objects in the scene. The 5 lights start out in a nice formation that evokes a triangle, but they quickly separate into more random positions, like flares do. Then, John Greenwald of the Black Vault discovered that there was a big military exercise at that location on that night, with a lot going on and a lot of things in the air, including flares. On one of the videos of the event, John found footage of 5 flares that looked very similar. I realized this looked like it was taken from the other side, so I flipped it and overlaid it, and it's a near perfect match. Given the coincidences with date and location, and the fact that these lights look and act like flares, then I think we can safely say that these are the actual flares that were misidentified as a UFO. Military personnel are human. They are subject to the same illusions that we are. Sometimes when faced with something new, they might not be able to identify it. This happens perhaps more than we might like, but it's not something we should ignore just because it seems impolite. When looking at a UFO video, keep an open mind. Consider all the possibilities.